And welcome back to the Career Build Series 2023. This is episode number 7, and so we're back with the Tugboat. And so I'm doing some more stuff on the bridge. I'm trying to get into the systems and getting the systems kind of up and running. So let's go ahead and get working on that. I'm trying to find some interior images, try to get that set up a little bit. You know, using some realistic images helps with some ideas, making things look correct. So this is the brochure. So there are two, I've noticed a couple of different models that have, some have the railings, some don't. These aren't full-size railings. Maybe I'll do a pipe railing, I'm not sure. We have the mast kind of going down. This has all of our information in there. So see here, this is a good picture here of it's kind of a schematic of what's inside the bridge. So we have a central seat, or a helm, and we have these angled, everything's angled in here. So let's see if I can't set something up like that. I'm kind of working in here, seeing how I want to make this operate. The problem is I have a center pedestal. And so I could angle this out to make these angles here. So kind of think of that too. So I'm going to keep this reference material up. It's always nice to have this reference material. It really helps to kind of conceptualize what you want. And so let's go ahead and I will start working on this. So I have a little bit of that angle. It's not as extreme, I'd say, as theirs, but so one thing I could do is I could put pedestals here, put a central window. That's a thought. Yeah, that's a thought there. I don't know. I don't want to redo too much. I'm not displeased working it from one side, but I could go to the center and have it run it from the center. Let's play with this some. So let's go ahead and there was one thing I want to save, which was I already set this panel up. I need this panel. This one's going to be important to me, so I'm going to just stick it over here. Now let's start moving the helm. See if I like a central driving position better. All right. And I'll have to cut out the center pedestal. That's fine. Redo the windows a little bit, but again, I think it's going to pay some dividends, getting kind of where I want it. All right. All right, so I'm trying to think, do I even put a center pedestal or just put a window in there? I'm going to start with a window. Yeah, we'll see how I like this here. Actually, I don't like that like that. Let's do this at least. Let's do a 1x3 in the middle. I don't want to be looking through bezels the whole time. Like that. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be too much to have pedestals in the middle here. So we'll actually go in there and see if that bugs me or not. If it's gonna bug me operating it, then that's gonna be an issue. So I think it's gonna be all right. So let me look. I can thin them out a little bit. So they don't really bug me. They're actually pretty good. I can thin them a little bit by putting in wedges. So, see, I need a 4 wedge is what I really need, but I can't put a 4-piece in there. Let me try. I might be able to get a 4-piece in there and make it work for me. No, that's going to be ugly. So what I could do is go down one. Let's see where we're at here. I kind of need these here, so let's go like that. And then Try this here. That thins it out a little bit. And then I'm going to have a rotating, what you call it? I have a rotating panel, I think, on the front. Control panel. That just thins that out a little bit, makes it a little easier for me to look around these and past these. That's a little weird in there. Could do, you know what, if I do this, this is, I think, better here. Let's do this. Let's add one block here, and then what I can do is I can actually put some dials on that and some gauges and whatnots. If I just leave them alone, yeah, see, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave them as full pillars, and then I can actually put panels in the pillars. So let's do that. That I think is a better idea. All right, so let's go like that for now. Might change it, might not. We'll see. And then we'll go ahead and I can put in panels in here, which is nice. Don't want symmetry on for panel building. And let's do this wood color here while I do panels. Symmetry will make it so the numbers are all backwards and they're oriented backwards, and I don't want that. So, all right, so that's like that. All right, so we have that done, or in at least. So that'll give me plenty of readouts, and then I'm trying to decide. I want probably just center panels, I'm thinking. I could stick this window on the exterior, and then I could use even more panels, but I don't know. So let's try something here as well. Let's go like this. Try to decide if I want to move my helm forward or not. If I move it, see, this is my perspective here. If I move it forward, I lose visibility. So sitting back a little bit is actually helpful, I think. So one thing I'm going to try here is this. Try a pivot. Sometimes this pivoting dash thing, it can be kind of cool. Sometimes it can be a massive pain. I think I'm not going to do it. Let's just do flat panels, especially the perspective on this and what I'm doing here. So where's my panel? This one I need in the center, definitely. So yeah, I think this setup's going to be better. It's a pretty small tug, so it makes sense to do that. There we go, and then go like this. And so on the, I'll show you the reference material in a second. Oh, symmetry's not on. And so in the reference material, it has a couple angles here, like that. It's kind of angled around the operator, so they have maximum controllability. Let's get in there and kind of see how we're looking here. So yeah, the perspective is good. I've got good visibility here. I can see my azopod position there really well. If it flipped up, it might be better though. I'm trying to decide if I want to flip that panel up or not. If it flips up to here, I still don't lose any vision. I'm thinking I'm going to want to flip that up. So sometimes that it can be a little gimmicky, but sometimes it can be good too. So I'll try to set it up here so it's invisible. That's going to be interesting. And then so if we look at that, let me pull up the reference material here. And so looking at the reference material, you can see how you sit in the middle, and then you have gauges, and then you have panels on either side kind of angled in. And so I'm trying to think about if I want to do that. It's kind of leaning toward the yes. So I'm just thinking of that right now. Could just cut these straight too and put straight panels and not get into a big kerfuffle over that like that. And have more paneling down here. So let's try to get this panel to rotate here in place. All right, so what I want to do is I want to put, let's get symmetry off. It's actually probably be better if I have symmetry on. I think the best way to hook this up to make it, so I want it to tilt up and in there. Could just do this. I don't want to overcomplicate it because that increases the chances that it's just not going to work right. So this will inlay away from me. Okay, put that there like that for now. Go in here. Let's delete these out. Get in there properly. Okay, and then I want to do wedges like this. All right, so merge these all together. All right, and then I'm just going to take a keypad and work these. Get those in the appropriate position. Could be, 0.5, but it could be something else. Works better. So let's try that. I want to be able to see this properly, so 0.5 is probably not going to be enough. I don't know if this is actually getting hung up or what. Let me see what that's at now. Is it even moving? Getting hung up on something. It doesn't want to hit the, okay. Let's try this. So it doesn't want to rotate because I think it's clipping this way. I don't know why it doesn't want to rotate like that though. Like hitting the back of the helm. Let's cut. I'm going to move the helm really quick, and then I'm going to verify that it is the helm that's causing the problem. And if it rotates fine without the helm, we know that's the problem. It's not. Okay, I don't think I hooked that up. Would that surprise me? No, it would not. I don't think I hooked it up. Nope. I did. Okay, I hooked it up. So let's make sure the arrows are pointing the same way. Yep, they're both pushing backwards, so that should be a positive. So positive should go this way. They all merge. They should be all merged. They are. Why that's not working, I do not know. Okay, it's trying. Is it though? Yeah, so it's telling it to go to 1. I don't know what its position is. Definitely not a 1. It's turning a little bit. What's it hitting is the question. Okay, let's merge this helm here. And let's quickly just, these aren't connected to anything. I'm just going to delete those, make sure those aren't causing the issue. Could just be colliding on those two there. What the heck? Huh. Is it? It's definitely turning some. So it's like hitting there is the issue. Let's try something. Put those two panels back in. Do pivots here. Merging these together, and then we get rid of those blocks. Probably could keep those in. Yeah, I could keep those in and do this. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try this. See if I like this better. See if this works. So that's all green. All right, let's see if this will work here. Why is that not tipping? He's set to. Why does it not want to tip at all? Like it's not wanting to tip. It's tipping some, but it's not tipping much. Is it? What's it hitting there? No, it shouldn't be hitting anything now. Weird. Huh. I'd really love it if they would just add 45-degree panels. That's really what we need. 45-degree panels would be the jazz. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. All right, let's rethink how I want to do this here. So this one this one needs to be visible, most visible to this panel. just gonna do I have 1x2 monitors. I do right there. Don't know what I'm gonna put in these yet, but they can go there. I want plenty of panels so that I can add all the features that I need here. Now let's look at this, see how I like this. All right, so I can see that fine. Plenty of buttons and switches and stuff and controllability here. All right, that's fine. That will work. It's not ideal, but again, I can always come back and fix it. I get too much in there that I need to kind of do this right now, and I don't. I can kind of always go back and fix it and work with it as necessary. All right, so that's in. All right, so the most important one is this. That's going to tell me isopod position for maneuvering. All right, good. So let's see where I need to go here next. All right, so let's go. That's definitely can't go there. Yep, okay, good. So let's just do a compass on one side. All right, so things I need to see are going to be on these verticals, and then gonna have start switches. So I'm trying to set this up properly. So this will be startup on this side. So I don't know why I just deleted the panels, but I did. All right, so let's go. Let's start from the middle out here. So we have the as-applied position. We have the thrust, or we have propeller RPS. This is gonna be propeller RPS. So let's set this up here properly. So one is gonna be port as-applied thrust. That's fine. See how I want to set these up. So I want to do port engine. These are going to be almost identical if I do that. I'm just trying to think of how to set these up. Okay, this will work fine. So 4 is going to be port engine RPM. I want PMs. That's going to be a dial. Let's see. So we're running maximum about like say 6. So 6 times 6, 360. 360. I'll go ahead and read. I won't renumber this panel. I'll make this one 5. All right, and then we'll do port clutch. Yeah, port clutch will be a dial. I'll do 0 to 100 for percentage. Just do them as percentages. That's going to be, what's that, 5, 6? That's 6. Be 7. This will be 8. Okay, just trying to get the numbering right. All right, so that's clutch, that's RPS. This will be temp. Yep, so this will be temp here. 3 will be temperature, port, temp. Okay, that will be I want to do it differently. So that's going to be gauge vertical 0 to 120. That's going to be, what do we have there? 7. 7. I'm not clicking the right one. What the hell? Port, temp. I was working on one of the upper ones here. I clicked on 0 to 120. Gauge vertical. Okay, good. Let's see. What else do I need for these? So I have clutch readout. I have the actual engine's RPS. I have the temperature of that engine. Now what do I want here? Trying to think what I should put there. Could put the actual, put the starter on that. All right, so let's see. This is going to be the start the engine, clutch, RPM, temperature. This is the thrust off the actual propeller. So this is, gonna clean that out. Let's go like this. We'll do copy, invert it like that because that's going to be the same for the starboard side. And then by doing this, I just need to change the numbers and the star on the label. Will save me a ton of time. So that's going to be let's see, what do I want here? 9. Gonna be a little bit confusing going through this, but 10. 11. This will be 12. Okay, good. So that's set in there, and that will be. Did I change it to starboard, 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 starboard? Okay, good. And then these here, the uprights. What do I want on the uprights? Don't know yet. The monitors can have cameras. So what else I want here? I kind of want the. I'm going to set kind of a path here. All right, so that's probably going to be a set of panels there. This will be 4. So what do I have to 12? So this will be 13. I think this one would be 13. Yep, 13. 14. 15. 16. Nice thing that these are all readouts at the moment, so. All right, and then so 3 is going to be starboard starter. It's just going to be an indicator light that will go off when it's. What the heck is this? Why am I over here, dude? Okay, that's not what I wanted at all. Just click, What the hell, man? Keep clicking on the wrong stuff here. All right, 13. 14. 15. 16. Okay, good. So this is going to be starboard starter, indicator, 15. Okay. This is going to be just that 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is going to be 17. 18. 19. This is 20. All right, so 20 is going to be port starter, indicator. There we go. All right, let's start coloring some panels here. Additive paints. All right, that's that. All right, so I'll start drawing some gauges. What do I want these to be colored as? I'm thinking green. Or maybe amber, I don't know. Yellow's too bright. Maybe like an amber, I don't know. Thinking we'll run ambers, and then if I change my mind, I'll change them. Run those as ambers. All right, so I want to get moving on getting this section. Once I get that moving, other stuff I can deal with. You know, like we have to add fuel on there. What else do we need? Fuel, generators, electric. You know, I need like an electrical panel. All my electrical stuff. So let's get working on some of that electrical stuff here. So one thing I want to do engine-wise here is I still don't know for certain if we're actually getting a loss with the more gearboxes we have. That's something that I need to know. So these here are my negative gearboxes, my reversers. And so what I want to do here is so I'm actually, you know, this here is, things are running. I don't want to screw with them too much, but I could probably save a little power by running power back up to this, you know, through here. Let's try that. Symmetry, come on, man. Not having symmetry on, it literally takes up most of my time, I think. So let's try this. See if I can't cut the gearbox out. See if this works or not. All right. Now, theoretically, should be putting more air in, give me more power, but we'll see. I like running as impellers because it's kind of a little bit more realistic, but I don't have a sounds faster. Sounds like it's faster. All right, so that seems to be going faster. So let's start working on, again, I want to get the systems-wise up and running better here. I imagine that we're going to make enough power with the alternators alone. We have 4 alternators total. Not 100%, but hopefully that will make us enough power. We don't have to worry about it. So let's get that worked into the actual, let's get that worked into the these microcontrollers. So I'll do it from scratch so everybody can see. All right, so let's go in here. So what do we have? RPS, p-value. So p-value is still have some holes here. So let's go ahead and I want to go number output, alternator, clutch. All right, so I only want to make as much battery as I need. I don't want to waste. And so I think generally I run a 1 anyway. So let's go ahead and we want to grab the PID here and copy it. All right, and I'm just going to paste it down here. Okay, and then I want to grab, what did I do? I did alternator clutch here. Okay, alternator clutch goes there. All right, and so what I want to do here is I need to add a node, which is going to be battery. All right. And so I tend to run the port engine charges the port battery, and the starboard engine charges the starboard battery. That and then I think if that's a yeah, that's normally how I do it. So let's just do that. And then I'll have a backup battery as well in case, like, say you drained all your power down. Well, then your backup battery will come in and it will charge. You know, you can just turn it on and it will give you enough to start, and then you can charge your system. So let's go ahead and go back in here. So let's put some batteries in. All right, so I would like to get the center of gravity down and back a little bit. So I don't want to, you know, as much as I kind of almost thinking of putting them somewhere else, I'm kind of thinking I want them down and back. So I want them as low as possible. I was almost thinking of putting them back here in the transom. But, you know, let's see what that does. So right now, let's put the pink block here where it actually is, not where we like it. So the pink block is right about there. So that's where it is. Let's see where it is after the batteries in the back. So do 2 mediums here. What do they weigh? 60s? 60, what do these weigh? 10s. So good bit of ballast on that. I don't need big batteries, but let's see what they do here. So that didn't do much. You see, it backed it up, but it didn't lower it any. Let's see what this does if I put them here. Very minor drop. Very minor lowering there. Do I have space to stick them in here? Not really. Do I really want them there or not? Question. Whatever. We'll run them for there for now. All right, so let's go ahead and let's plumb these in. So this will get plumbed in for, not p-value, I think you know. Battery. All right, and let's find it. The battery comes in here. So we read the battery. We want a set number, a constant number of 1. That's what we want, 100% battery. We have our current battery. When we turn on this PID, we want to turn on this PID. So essentially when we start the engine, we want it to, I might do it by a generator switch, but for now, we'll just let it start up. Generally, I think I run a p-value of 1, so we can actually just kind of go like that. And that should operate the alternator clutch to generate the power we need. So let's go like that, Control-C, update that one. Again, it's kind of annoying that I'm having to do 2 panels, but it is what it is. Okay. So I want this to go to there. We need number, input, battery. Once I finally get the panels kind of done, I will just take one of them and delete the other one, and then I will re-hook it up again. See, output to alternator. Okay, there and there. That's p-valve, crap. Battery. Okay, so that goes there, this goes here. You go there. All right, now we'll should keep the batteries charged up. We'll see how well it does. Oh, I didn't hook it up. Of course, it won't work if I don't hook it up. All right. So battery is connected there. Battery needs to be connected there. So we have our starboard battery. Alternators on this side. Where's the alternators? Alternator clutch is right there. All right, so let's start hooking this up. So we should probably start working on the electrical panel to get this kind of going here. We'll make this the electrical panel. Do this separately. So let's see. I want master power, battery 1 and 2. Might do a main breaker downstairs, I think. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Port battery. Let's do battery port. And that seems a little silly getting really specific with this, but the benefit of being really specific with this is just makes the human factors a little bit easier. Flip switches don't require power, so I can power the system on without touching it. And then we're starting our numbers over again because they're going to have its own electrical panel. Then underneath these, that's where I'm going to have the actual battery readouts. So I think I'm going to do gauges, vertical, 0. I like having these as percentages. So battery port. This will be starboard. Hopefully we get this up and running to the point where it's up and running. I can get it in the career game. That's really what I'm trying to do here. Gauge vertical 0 to 100. All right, so there we go. We're going to come in here. So let's go downstairs here. So I want to start down here. This is when it gets kind of a pain where, you know, if I do this too soon, I make it so that I have to run up and down stairs to do anything, which can be kind of a pain. But, you know, that's like before, like I said, I made it so that it was, you use just the one to start it because it made it a lot less tedious to go up and down stairs all the time. Now we're getting into tedious territory here. So I kind of want to breaker panels somewhere in here. So probably up against the wall here. I think I want to put fuel valves in here. Yeah. So do manual fuel valves here. Default state is closed. This is port fuel. Port fuel. Starboard fuel. All right, so you're going to have to open those two to get the engines to be able to run. And then I think I'm going to run a cross feed, probably like through the floor or something, just to auto cross feed these. Let's do that right now. All right, so let's go. All right, so that will auto cross-feed between the two sides. Ooh, that is leaking fuel there. That's not holding fuel right up here. That's no good. Ah, come on, I can't do symmetry. All right, let's undo symmetry. That is not holding fuel. Thought it seemed like it was, but apparently it must not have been. All right, there we go there. That should be holding fuel now. It was holding fuel. That's weird, though. All right, so that's going to cross-feed the fuel, so keep the two tanks equalized. All right, what do you got here? Do that. All right, so that is now set up. Does this have any leaks or any nonsensicals in it? No, it does not. Okay, that's good. All right, so that should cross-feed, so we're going to do that, and then do a breaker panel here. I think we'll do one on either side. Yeah, we'll do breaker. Oh, that's one of the ladders there. Okay, good. Master power. All right, so let's start hooking some electricity up here. I also need a backup battery. I think I'll do it on this side there. All right, so what this will do is this will be a small battery. This will make them all visible. That's fine. And so that is the backup battery here. So this is going to go to here. And so if we had an issue where we ran out of electricity, you know, we would be able to connect it to the systems here. I want to make these, instead of, I'm going to connect my batteries downstairs. These are going to be generators. Generator port. And this is going to be gen starboard. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently. Okay, let's go downstairs again. Nope, nope. Sure, that looks all right. All right. So that is, we just want these on the same side there. Okay, that's backup battery. That's the master battery. That's the master power. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to connect these up like this. And that will be the actual battery. So we'll select those. Generally, I do one panel. I might do that at some point. I don't know. Can always move stuff around. I don't want to make it too much of a pain. But so anyways, so this is master. And so from here, we're going to go to the master side. So we're going to make it, all the batteries will come to here. And then this will go here. So this way we can select what battery we want, if we want to just recharge one or not. And then the generators here go directly to the battery. So these generators will go to there, and then both generators are going to charge our backup battery here. That will let power through to the batteries all the time, though. So we can't do that. So this needs to go, where's this going? This is going there, and then that goes there. Okay, so this needs to go to here. Okay, that'll work. They're just pathing, just doing some pathing stuff here. So that goes up to there. And then both these generators, when this is on, will recharge the backup battery. The alternators will go and charge these automatically, and only when that's connected. Good, that's there, that's there, that's there, and that's there. Those three connect nicely. Okay, good. Then this is going to be all of our power systems. So this will go to there. So the only one that I need powered is this one. Okay. I try to keep all the systems to where connected. So the engines are going to be powered on this engine system here. The isopods are going to be powered together. What are these? These are the beds. So these are always powered. So anything always powered, I hot bus so they go to one system. The door needs to always be powered. So that goes on a hot bus being that it's always powered. Cold buses need to be turned on and be powered. All right, so this pivot needs to always be powered, so that can go hot bus. I'll actually connect it directly to the battery so that I know that it's always powered there. This is all my sensors and whatnot, so these are all connected. Yep. All right, then all my gauges in here get connected. All right. All right, so that's all connected. All right, so now they need to start getting connected. So these will now go to the backside of this master power. So these systems will not drain the battery until they're connected, and they'll not be usable until they're connected. And this allows me to segregate the electronic systems as necessary. All right, so let's go ahead and shut off infinite electricity, see how we're running here. So infinite electricity is now finally off. This is like the first step to getting us actually out there and running. All right, so we shouldn't be able to do certain things because we don't have any power. So, for example, that shouldn't be powered. Okay, so let's go downstairs. Dang. This is where, you know, your testing gets to be annoying because, okay, so these are all, the master power was turned on, so that, all right, so backup battery should stay off. So I've selected battery B, battery port and starboard batteries, and then the master power is on. All right, the fuel valves need to come on. All right, so those are now allowing me to have fuel to my engines. I need to do a little jumpy poo here when I get up to the top. There we go. All right, and then the generators will turn on with that. Engines will start like that. I haven't hooked them up yet. The compass is good. It's in my view. My isopods are in my view. That's good. Oh, just trying to turn one engine. Starting to spin up. All right, so we need a stability system in there. We need some fins on the back. Ideally on each isopod to be able to keep us level. I need to turn on those pumps. Coolant pumps. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's start working on stability system here. All right, good. So this is pretty getting close to up and running here, so let's keep working. Again, we're already almost through. Up. Didn't mean to call that back. Whatever, I wasn't going to use it again, but I didn't mean to call it back. All right, so let's go in here and let's work on this a little here. I might, you know what I'm going to do? Now I'm back to decorating, but some of the stuff, decoration stuff sometimes can be a little bit, what's that, 1, 2, 3. How tall is this here? I'm going to try pipes, see if that's 4 tall. I'm going to try 3 talls. It just doesn't look right to me. Problem is I can't do an angle there. Try pipes, see how I like it. I think I'm digging this better. A little less tall than the other ones were. Let's get some symmetry on for this part. We should be able to do symmetry on a lot of this. I don't know if I like this or not. Ugh. Stick with what I had for now, at least. It's not bad, it's just, I don't know, kind of bugging me a little bit. For some reason the railings are kind of bugging me, so I keep going back to them, trying to get them the way I want them. See, these need tons of room. Yeah, these are like overlapping there. Kind of need that thing in the front there to... There was something sitting there on the real one that kind of takes up the space that makes it look not so empty. It's like sitting right there. All right, I want to get this thing running, so let's keep moving on and getting it running. That should be off, off. Should be port battery. Battery, port. All right, backup batteries there, so that's all labeled now. All right, let's see what I want to do here. Trying to get this up and running is what I want to do. So let's get some gauging going here so I can actually read my engines and all that stuff. So let's work on the as a pod controls here. So these go through 20. So this is starting at 1 is, okay. Okay, so it's up, down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, okay, so 1 and 3. So the odds are the, nope, I have it backwards, don't I? So we can do this. See, yeah, so this should be starboard. Port. Starboard. Port. Okay, that's better. I need to get that working here. All right, so let's get that loaded up. Let's look at that going here. So I need to think about this. So the p-value is done. So let's get rid of that node. P-value, let's make that a composite. Do I have panel? I have panel. Panel is, I have engine. All right, so I need that to be panel in. That's panel out. Okay. Panel in, panel out. Okay. Let's configure this panel to do the same. Panel there, and then where's p-value is going to be composite. Panel in. Okay. So let's start working on this. All right, so the panel's going to come in. It's going to take over some of the things. So it's going to take over this right here. So that's going to read there instead. All right. All right, so that takes over that. That still works as ASCII pivot. All right, good. So that works. The number I just need to figure out. So let's figure out the number. So we're in starboard. So starboard, that's the starboard engine starter. So that's 9. Okay, it's going to be 9. 9. Okay, so that now will start it instead of 1 on the helm. All right, now I need to start reading some stuff out. So I need ASCII port right here. It's going to read as it was. We're in the starboard panel, aren't we? We are. Okay. So I need to fix that. ASCII pivot. I just have it as ASCII pivot. Okay, ASCII pivot. So we need a right. Let's just put a right for 20, and then I'll fix it if I need to. So we'll do a right, not on off, please. Thank you. Do a right number. Start 1. We'll go to 20. All right. I'll go to panel at the end of the day. All right, so what do we need here? So we need ASCII pivot is going to be, what did I say? It was going to be 3. 3. That should be 3. All right. ASCII thrust. I'm going to do a multiplier. I should read it live. Okay, I'm going to read it live. So let's go to here. Let's do this. I want to get this panel finished, I think. I don't know. Tough stuff here. Trying to figure out what I want to do here. I think I should finish the port panel. So let's go ahead and work on the next one. I'm getting close here to getting this up and running. I really want to get some career gameplay in, but again, like, these builds are complicated. They take some time. So I will see you guys in the next one.